Have you thought about purchasing the Nama citrus attachment? Well, so did I, and I got it. So let's open and test this baby out while I share a little story time of how I very unexpectedly ended up getting this attachment. Later on in this video, I'm gonna show y'all how I make my absolute favorite orange juice recipe, because it's not just orange juice, it's orange juice with a little twist. So if you've been on my channel for a little while, you might have seen that I recently purchased my Nama J2 cold press juicer. And when I originally bought it, I only got the juicer, I didn't get any of the attachments. But now that I have it, I actually kind of want like all of the attachments. So last month, I was just scrolling on Instagram and I came across the Nama page and I saw that they were running a promotion where if you purchase a brand new J2 juicer, you got a free citrus attachment with it. And I was like, oh dang, I just bought mine like 3 weeks ago. However, I was like, let me just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, you know? If they're gonna tell you no, it's a no, but you might as well ask and like get a response. So I emailed their support team and I was like, hey, I purchased this like 3 weeks ago. Am I still eligible for this promotion? And can you believe their support team was so kind and so responsive, by the way. I mean, I got a response in like a matter of hours. And they were like, yeah, like what's your order number? We'll just send it to you. And so they sent it over and now here we are. And I'm gonna be using it in today's video. I'm very new to this attachment. We're just gonna like walk through it together. I'll put it on my juicer base, and then we'll make some orange juice with it. Let's read the little card that comes with it. So this is the protective lid, keeps everything neat and tidy. We love that. Okay, this piece here, this is called the large reamer. And it's perfect for juicing larger citrus like oranges and grapefruit. So obviously I'll be using this one today. Right here we have the small reamer. You can see that. This is the small reamer and it's better for smaller citrus, of course, like limes and lemons. This piece here is the strainer, and as you can see, it has these little slits here. These are used to filter out some of the pulp as the juice goes down into the container below. And last but not least, this is the collection bowl here. This is the spout where the juice comes out. So I'll place it on my juicer base, obviously, and have the juice catcher directly under this spout. Y'all, it says enjoy on it. This is so cute. And all that's left to do is get this over into the sink. I'm gonna give it a good wash and then assemble and place it on my base. So I'll be right back, don't go anywhere. The attachment has been reassembled and you actually use all of the pieces. Initially, I thought I would need only the large reamer, but actually it just sits inside of this strainer here, right on top of the smaller reamer. Okay, I have to detach my hopper so that I can use just the base, and it actually comes like out super easily. Now I'm gonna place my citrus attachment on the base with the juicer spout to, this is my right, so your left, to the right, directly over the juice container. Okay, so I just moved the citrus attachment and the juicer base over to the side for a second so that I can have all of my oranges. That's really like all the prep that it takes. So I mentioned that Mardi Gras just passed, right? We had some friends over for one of the weekend parades, and of course hostessing, like you want to provide like food, beverages, but I personally have not been drinking for the past 65 days. I was doing a 65-day hard challenge, and cutting out alcohol was one of the things that was part of my challenge. So I really wasn't thinking about like, oh, what are people gonna need to actually make cocktails and drinks and stuff like that? So I didn't get any juice, is the point of that whole little spiel. I did not buy any juice to mix the drinks with. So anyways, one of my friends comes up and she's like, hey, do you have any juice that I can mix this with? And I was like, oh, no, I don't, but give me 5 minutes. Like I'll make something happen. And she was just like, okay. Y'all, I whipped out my freaking manual juice squeezer and like 6 oranges, and I just get to like juicing. And she was like, oh, like I was not expecting this. And I definitely felt like very extra, but it was good. All right, and here we have it, my very full bowl of oranges. I have some like traditional navel oranges and then some red navel oranges here. So we'll get a little bit of a complex flavor balance with that combination. Okay, do not forget to put your juice container under the spout so that it actually has a place to go. And we'll just get started. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's way more quiet than I expected it to be. Juicers can be like a little loud sometimes. I actually have not had that issue with the Nama juicer though, so that's a nice perk. I have a centrifugal juicer that, oh my gosh, so loud anytime I use it. So this is really nice. This is really easy. I don't know if you've ever used like a handheld citrus juicer, but it takes like a lot of elbow grease. It's a lot of hard work. I feel like this is a breeze. Like I'm not gonna work up a sweat at all. I really want to go get some oranges from like the farmer's market. But I don't know if there's a place that I could go like pick oranges nearby. But I think it would just be so fun and delicious to just make like fresh orange juice with oranges that, you know, either I picked or were grown locally. There's something about produce that just like comes from your own hands or the hands of like someone in your community. It just hits different, you know what I mean? And if you don't know what I mean, try it, because it does. It is different, y'all. If you do have the privilege to be able to go pick your own produce nearby or purchase produce from a local farmer's market, I highly encourage you to do so. They taste like they were grown with love. You can really taste it. All right, y'all, finished juicing all of the oranges. I'm gonna do a little bit of a cleanup and then I'll be right back to dive into the rest of this recipe. And we're back. Before we move on with the recipe, I just wanna show y'all that quantity of oranges gave me just under 40 ounces of juice. Quite a lot of juice. Majority of this recipe is going to be orange juice, but I'm really gonna amp up the number of nutrients that's packed in this juice here by adding in some additional ingredients like carrots and turmeric. Like I said earlier, we just wrapped up Mardi Gras season and my body can really use the extra nutrients in this recipe today. These flavors are subtle enough that they will not overpower that signature orange taste. They actually blend in really well in my opinion. And meanwhile, they pack a punch of other vitamins. Carrots, for example, are very high in vitamin A in the form of beta carotene. Beta carotene has great benefits for the eyes as well as the liver, which is why this is perfect for me because my liver really went through it this past week during Mardi Gras. Carrot juice also contains other vitamins like vitamin C and K, as well as important minerals like calcium, potassium, and some small amounts of iron. Obviously, I'm using a very large piece of turmeric today. You actually do not need this much turmeric, but I just had this much left over and I don't want it to go bad, obviously. So I'm just gonna put it all in today's recipe. I would say if you're making this at home, you should be perfectly fine with about a 3-inch piece. So like literally half of the piece that I have here. All right, I'm gonna start juicing now, but I actually have a question for y'all. Do you enjoy hearing like how the juicer actually sounds when I'm juicing? Because typically I just like cut the sound and I'll just put a little music over it and I fast forward because it can kind of be a longer process, especially if I'm batch juicing. But like, do y'all care? Do y'all want to see that part? I don't have to edit it out. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Turmeric is so fragrant, like I can literally smell it right now. A pro tip, if you are ever going to juice turmeric, wash your juicer immediately after you're done. I mean, you should wash your juicer immediately after, period, because the whole process is a lot easier if you clean it before the pulp starts to dry up. Turmeric will stain so bad and it is really hard to get out. The flavor that it adds to the juice is so worth it. But yeah, just a little pro tip, like wash your juicer immediately. Okay, I grabbed these little mason jars so that I can very quickly transfer over my juice, because just like you want to clean your juicer immediately so that the turmeric doesn't stain it, you also don't want to leave turmeric juice inside of your like plastic containers for too long because they can also get stained. So to make sure that I'm getting like a good flavor balance in my juices, since they are going to be in 2 different containers, I'm actually going to measure out how much I put inside of each mason jar. So let's see, I have 500 milliliters here, so I'm going to split each mason jar up into 250 milliliters, and then I'll just top it off with my orange juice. Wait, y'all, the fact that they're both exactly 800, like, I didn't even plan that. All right, this might be my new thing, is doing my taste test out of a wine glass. Wine glass it is for now. Every time. Such a great recipe, y'all. If you try it at home, comment below and let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.